up, guys? So this is 15th of August. So happy Independence Day. Let's thank God for the freedom He has given us, the independence that we enjoy in this country. So in order to step aside from the normal stuff which I posted out of doing a shoot breakdown, which will be very short, and you can pick few tips here and there from this. Up till now I've done 3 photo stories, and this would be the breakdown of the first one. The first one is Diamond in the Rough. Of course, I short-lifted the title from Agrabah. It was actually from the phrase Diamond in the Rough in Aladdin. So based on that, I put up the title Diamond in the Rush. And talking about rush, every person in Chennai can, pick out and say that OMR is synonymous to the rush. The morning rat race at Parktown station or Tidal Park station is really, really, big number. So I picked that as a clue as to where to do the photo story, and as to why I did that. Let's just say all through college I was a very arrogant kid who assumed that I was the only one with a dream. And I always used to look down on people in the IT industry, and I even used to make fun of OMR as Boulevard of Broken Dreams. So I had this conceited, perspective in my head. So I had to overcome that, and as time passed, I realized I wasn't even worthy of the rat race, to be honest. That's what happens. Life deals harsh hands to creatives often than to people in other careers, real careers. So that's why I did this, and I did this with one of my friends called Gokul. He was my classmate in college. So the first shot was taken in an overbridge at Sholinganallur. So I wanted to project the scene in the morning rush as to this person is in a hurried pursuit of something which he doesn't actually want, but still he goes on to do it because he has to do it for the bread, to eat or to drink. So the first shot was such. It was shot in an overbridge in OMR. And second, I always refer to Gokul in this photo story as character, because you would see in this photo series that the character, that is Gokul, is very much contrasting, to the background in which he finds himself in. He's in formal wear, he's in a good coat and a blazer, but still, his background or the situations he's in is actually not so, coherent to who he is or to what he's wearing. So I wanted to bring out the fact that sometimes, life may throw you into circumstances which you don't want to find yourself in. And just because it happens doesn't mean you have to compromise who you are or compromise your dreams or your visions to the present hardships which you experience. So this shot, when he was about to wear a tie, I brought about this fact that he's adorning himself with confidence or something like that. The next shot, it was shot at the very same tea shop over there. So he was just having his morning cup of tea, his actual morning cup of tea, and he's reading the news. And of course you can see the shock on the tea stall guy's look, who was actually way back in the frame, as to what is he doing here dressed like this. So sometimes it happens, when you are actually gifted at something, but fate deals you a harsh hand and you find yourself in a different place as to where you actually want to be. For example, this guy in a blazer should be sitting in CCD, but what is he doing here in this tea stall? That's life. That's what happens. And next up, this was shot at the Tidal Park station, the place I hate the most. So I wanted to bring about this story as to he's going on in successive tunnels of grey. So for that I had to have a background which had leading lines, and the pillars in the ground floor of Tidal Park station really served the purpose. So in this shot he's just standing there, contemplating as to why he has to do it every day. Next up, he is conflicted. You see the background here is bright and actually joyful, but this isn't what he really wanted, or this isn't where he wants to find himself in. Of course, in life you may, go through circumstances which presently may seem happy. Let's say you're going out with a group of friends in a company in which you don't want to work at. You will take selfies, you will have a great buffet, but at the end of the day, your heart and soul isn't there. it you know it screw you crow. So it brings about that fact that sometimes this petty pleasure which people seem to enjoy actually doesn't give joy at all. In those circumstances you do feel frustrated. And next up, he is even more worried and frustrated. It was taken in a train. Hopefully there weren't any TGs or policemen in order to disturb this shoot. So this was taken on the train, and then he's just perplexed and even more confused as to why he's doing this. And of course, on top of the train you see this display bar saying have a comfortable journey. Of course you can sit, of course there is space in the journey where he finds himself in now, but that doesn't where he wants his journey to go. But of course people assume that when you're in a good career, they assume, oh, your career is set, congrats, great job, but that isn't what you really want. It happens. And next up he's even more worried and he's thinking to himself whether it's really worth it. And for this shot he was at a little bit of a slower shutter speed. I asked him to sit on the floor of the train, and as the train is about to enter the next station, I shot this. So this relative blur gives about fact that life is in motion, but still you can be frustrated. Life can be going, it can be fast, but the direction can really frustrate. But still, this was actually the first shot taken, but it actually was the last shot. But still, though every day the character though finds his journey to be frustrating, he still dresses up and goes. But the fact here is that this Gokul is wearing this blazer and all, but it's his mental image. It's actually the way he sees himself. His talents which he knows he has. His skill which he knows he has, but he can't use now. The affluence in language, maybe whatever his gifting or skill is, he finds himself in a circumstance he can't use it now, and that can be frustrating. So but still he doesn't give up, and every day he dresses up and goes on to work. And this was the last shot where he optimistically stands straight into the sky with the sunbeams hitting his face, with residual darkness on the left hand side of the frame. But still he goes on every day, with this dream, with the knowledge of his skills, the knowledge of where he knows he should be, in spite of the present circumstances. And that's what I guess his true independence is. It's not about true freedom from your current circumstance. It's about knowing where you are going and pushing on there. That's what the great leaders did. Look at Mahatma. It's not that he didn't win independence over the day. He had the ideal, but he pushed through it, pushed through the long journey, pushed through Satyagraha, pushed through rebellious leaders, pushed through people who believed in violence, but still he got the vote. Sometimes you have to push through things even though they are not what you need to have, and that's the lesson which we learn from our nation's independence as well. So I encourage you guys to be the diamonds in the rush or the rough, in whichever circumstances you be, and in order to never let go of your dreams or your noble character or whatever it is that God has blessed you with, your innate virtues or whatever it is. Don't compromise because of the present circumstances. Do push on and do great things in your life. God bless and happy Independence Day. Thank you.